guys, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a palette comparison for you. So the other week I did a review on the new Dose of Colors and iluvsarahii palette, and it's so beautiful. I had a little bit of issues working with it, but as a whole, it's just so beautiful that I've been working with it, and I really do like the quality. In the comment section of my video, a lot of people immediately made the comparison that this is very similar to the Alamar Cosmetics Reina del Caribe palette. This palette came in BoxyCharm, I want to say it was in June, and it's obviously a gorgeous palette. As you can definitely see in the packaging, there are some absolute similarities. Even in the color scheme, I can totally see why somebody would think that these are very similar. I asked you guys on my Instagram if you wanted to see a video kind of comparing these two, and a ton of you guys did. So I am going to do a look with both of these. I'm going to wear this palette on one eye and this palette on the other eye, and we'll see how similar they really are. Before we get into this video, please give it a big thumbs up if you like palette comparisons and finding out if you already have that thing that just came out and helping you to save money so you don't buy that thing again. Subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and smash that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Let's get right into putting both of these on my face. I have already put on my base, my eyebrows, everything like that, so we're just doing eyes, just worrying about eyes today. I'm going to zoom you in so you can get a good close look at my pores. Forgive me, it is so hot in here, so this hair is going up. The first thing I want to do is show you guys swatches of these two palettes side by side. I picked the shades that were most similar to each other, and you have the Dose of Colors palette on the top and the Alamar Cosmetics palette on the bottom. As you can see, a lot of these shades are in the similar color family, but I don't know if I would call them dupes of each other. I did notice that the brown shadows were the hardest to replicate. I had to combine both Cafecito and Tropico from the Alamar palette to be something close to the Wanderlust shade in the Dose of Colors palette. Still though, they are in the same color family. On my left eye, I'm gonna go in with Wanderlust from the Dose of Colors palette. I'm gonna put that really gently throughout my whole crease, and then I'm gonna use a more refined brush to put it really deep in my crease to be darker just on the outer edge. For my right eye, I'm gonna go in with Tropico as sort of that wash all over the crease. And then I'm gonna put Cafecito right deeper in the crease on the outer edge to darken it up a bit. This one is a lot more pigmented. So I don't know if you can tell, but Wanderlust is a lot more red based, and then Tropico is much more orange. As far as quality goes, I have to admit so far the Alamar one weighs out over the Dose of Colors palette. Next I'm gonna do that blue all over the lid, and with the Dose of Colors palette, that color will be Palma. And I'm gonna take some glitter glue and put that on first, and then pat this on with a synthetic brush that was suggested to me by a lot of people. And then with this palette, I'm gonna mix both Varadero and Celia all over the lid, and we will see how they look. For my glue, I'm going in with the Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Base all over the lid. While I am doing this, let's talk some facts about the different palettes. So the Dose of Colors palette is $35 for 6 eyeshadows, and the Alamar Cosmetics palette is $28 for 8 eyeshadows. This makes the Dose of Colors palette come out to $3.43 per gram, and the Alamar palette comes out to $2.50 per gram. So overall, the Alamar Cosmetics palette is obviously a better deal money-wise. Now, as far as the cruelty-free status of both brands, Dose of Colors very much has it on their website, and they've been verified by places like Logical Harmony and Fira and Ethical Elephant to be cruelty-free. Alamar Cosmetics, on the other hand, is a newer brand, and they have not been certified by anybody but PETA yet. And I think I've talked to you guys about this before, but when it comes to PETA certifications, people can just buy those. They don't have to, go through a whole lot of testing. You can just kind of buy a PETA certification. It also says that they are cruelty-free on their own Facebook page, but I really don't see it anywhere else. Now, I am inclined to believe them right now until I hear differently, but I just want you to keep that in mind. This color is so beautiful. This is just Celia so far. Before I pat the Varadero on the top, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Dose of Color side, which is Palma. Now, return policies is another thing you guys should be interested in. For the Dose of Colors palette, if you order off of the Dose of Colors website, you have 14 days to return your palette. They do not do exchanges, they only do returns, but still, like that's, I think, a pretty, you know, a decent enough return policy. Now, if you buy it off of Ulta, you have 60 days to return it. This is if you purchase it in store or on the website. This color too, oh, so pretty. As for Alamar, they have a all sales are final return policy, which means they have no return policy. Now, they are a much smaller company, so that probably is a big reason for it, and they're keeping their price point low. But still, I don't like it when companies have a zero return policy. That sits weirdly with me. Okay, now I'm gonna go back and pat a little bit of the Veradero on top of the Alamar Cosmetics side, just to see if we can even these colors out a little bit and make them more similar. So I don't know how much you can see this, but there is a pretty significant amount of fallout from the Alamar Cosmetics side, and not as much fallout from Dose of Colors. There's a tiny bit, but this is a lot more significant than the other side. Cross your fingers, I can just brush this away gently. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and apply liner and mascara, and I will be right back to do the inner corner highlight and finish up this look. For my mascara, I went in with just a couple coats of the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. This is still my absolute favorite. I did a full review, and if you haven't seen it, I'll link it right up here. Now on the Dose of Color side, I'm gonna go in with Poquito Mas and put that right on my inner corner. And then on the Alamar side, it's La Costa. That one is so much more metallic. For my blush today, I'm gonna go in with the BH Cosmetics 10 color palette, and I'm going in with this color, which looks super light, but it turns out super pretty on the cheeks. And then for highlighter, Becca Champagne Pop. For my lip color, I do want to go in with the Dose of Colors Brio Gloss. This is the only gloss that I have from them. This is one of the only glosses I have in my collection because I'm only recently just getting into glosses again for the first time since I was like 10 years old. This gloss is so comfortable and so shiny. I love it. Okay, so final thoughts. I don't know. One thing that I do know is that if you have one of these palettes in your collection, you likely do not need the other. Now, are they actual dupes for each other? No, I would say there are a lot of different colors. Like for example, the reds or just the mattes in general are very different in both of these palettes. The Dose of Colors palette has a very clear brick red color and a sort of peachy pink color that makes for a really good transition tone. The Alamar palette, their mattes are much deeper. So you've got a bright orange, you've got a deep yellow mustard kind of color, you have a deep berry and a dark brown. So the mattes are not similar at all. I was able to make them look similar on my eyes, but they are really different colors. The blues turned out exactly the same. I had to use one color in the Dose of Colors palette and two colors in the Alamar palette, but they are actual identical dupes. The inner corner highlight, it is shimmering and shining on both eyes. So really, you just have to make your decision on what's important to you. The Dose of Colors palette is more expensive, but with this, you get a guaranteed cruelty-free status, you get a great return policy no matter where you buy it. With the Alamar palette, you're getting more eyeshadows, you're getting a cheaper price, and you're helping to support a smaller brand, which is always really cool. So I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you think. Do you own either of these palettes or do you own both of them? Which one is your favorite? Because I'm still kind of torn. I really love them both. I'm not mad that I have these both in my collection. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these kind of comparison of two palettes. Let me know if you like this and if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future where I can kind of compare palettes and help you guys save money, because that's what I'm all about. Like, money's tight for me. I can't afford to be like Kim Kardashian the hell out of Sephora right now. All right. You guys can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. You are super, super rock stars. I love you so, so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.